The world is filled with mysteries that have gone beyond what humans can understand. From strange deaths to a flight that vanished into thin air, here is our list of top 10 unsolved mysteries in the world. Number 10. Missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. When the Boeing MH370 entered into the Vietnamese airspace on the 8th of March 2014, the pilot graciously notified the Malaysian Air Force. However, 40 minutes after that, the airplane suddenly went off the radar. No screams, nothing to give a sign that something was wrong. The last conversation between the airplane and the control tower took place around 1 a.m. when the command pilot, Zahau Ahmad Shah, 53, said, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Following the airplane disappearance, Australia, China, and Malaysia spent around $135 million within 2 years on a search and rescue mission, but found nothing relating to the aircraft. The MH370 flight case was closed in 2015, with all passengers in the aircraft presumed dead, even though there are no bodies. Number 9. Death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old Canadian national whose dead body was found inside the water tank of the hotel she was staying in 19 days after being declared missing. The Canadian student was traveling across the United States and stayed in a hotel where she was acting quite weird. She was last seen alive in an elevator in the hotel. Reviewing the hotel's CCTV footage shows that the elevator door was not closed when Elisa stepped in. She was also seen talking to someone whose face wasn't visible. Then, she jumped in and out of the elevator before she eventually vanished and was found dead. Some people believe that this is a sign that supernatural powers exist, but there's still no definite answers to the cause of her death until the case was closed in June 2013. Number 8. The death of Kendrick Johnson. Kendrick Johnson was a 17-year-old boy with no prior health issues and heavily engaged in sports. However, he was suddenly declared missing and his lifeless body was eventually found in January 2013. Kendrick's body was found upside down on a rolled-up mat at the gymnasium of Lowndes High School. Investigators' report stated that Kendrick must have accidentally slipped inside the mat while trying to pick up a shoe. This seemed suspicious, and his family members carried out another pathology examination that surprisingly listed blunt force trauma to the neck as one of the possible causes of death. However, there was no proof to substantiate this, and the case was closed in 2016. Number 7. Disappearance of Brian Shaffer. Brian Shaffer was a medical student at Ohio State until he went missing on the 1st of April 2006. Before his sudden disappearance, he was last seen with his friend and roommate, William Clint. A police report showed that Brian was at the Ugly Tuna Saloon bar around 1:15 a.m., but by 2 a.m., he was seen outside talking to two ladies presumed to be in their 20s on the day he went missing. Calls to his cell phone went straight to voicemail, neither was he returning text messages sent to him. Everyone close to him was interviewed, including his roommate. The police ruled out interviewing the two ladies he was last seen with, while his roommate also failed a lie detector test but was not charged. Since his cell phone was not GPS enabled, his location couldn't be traced. The bar he was last seen had only one exit leading to a construction site. His family maintained that Brian had no reason to fake his disappearance. Brian is still classified as a missing person, while his whereabouts remain unknown. Number 6. The Las Vegas shooting in October 2017. What would have to be going through someone's mind for them to do something as horrible as heading out to a random place to shoot people? After a careful review of the letter sent to Stephen Paddock between 2013 and 2017 by his close friend, Nixon, the FBI investigation into the Texas mass shooting revealed that Stephen had been planning the attack for years. The 2017 Texas shooting is the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history, as an official report stated that 51 people were killed while 500 others were injured. A raid on Paddock's room showed that the assailant had 23 guns and 24 others in 2 homes. In 2019, an FBI report on the incident stated that Paddock was a poker player who must have been angry with the system, especially with casinos and hotels. But in the end, the federal agency report couldn't nail the primary motive for Paddock's actions or why he went on a killing spree. Number 5. The death of Rebecca Zahau. Zahau's body was found hanging on the 13th of July 2011 over the balcony of her home by her boyfriend's brother, Adam. On finding the body, the police investigation showed that Zahau's hands and feet were tied, while a paper with the strange inscription, "She saved him, can you save her?" was found in her mouth. An investigation into the incident indicted Adam, but he was not charged. After months of legal battle between Adam and Zahau's family, the Sheriff's Department's official statement stated that there was no evidence Adam killed Zahau. The case began in 2011 and was formally closed in 2019 after the San Diego Sheriff County concluded the case as a suicide. This death remains a huge mystery because it was far from being death by suicide. Number 4. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann. 3-year-old Madeleine McCann went missing on the 3rd of April 2007 shortly after being with her parents at Ocean Club in Praia da Luz, Portugal. At the club, the adults created a system that allowed each person to check on the kids simultaneously. On Kate McCann's turn to watch, she discovered her daughter was missing. On the 26th of May 2007, the Portuguese police released a picture description of a man seen carrying a baby within the range of where Madeleine McCann was supposed to be with other kids. 16 years on from 2003, Madeleine McCann is yet to be found. With little hope coming from transnational investigations, her family has continued to keep their hopes alive, hoping to see her alive someday. Number 3. Stonehenge. The Stonehenge of Wiltshire is believed to have been built 5,000 years ago, and it is one of the world's oldest prehistoric monuments. The 13-foot-tall stone has remained mysterious because its origin has remained elusive. The first evidence of human existence around the Stonehenge area was found in 1920. Still, it was deemed irrelevant until 2013, when further research on the bones found within the area showed that humans lived around the area as far back as 3000 BC. Researchers also found that skulls on the site share semblance with people from West Wales. All that is known about Stonehenge is based on assumption, as there are still no definite answers on what the stones truly represent. Number 2. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are the first recorded geoglyphs in the world with little information on what they represent. Research about these unique lines became pronounced during the 20th century, which led to the discovery of more than 358 of such lines worldwide. Researchers believe the Nazca Lines were used to communicate by ancient people living within the Nazca Desert. However, there's another theory that the Nazca Lines were landing sites for UFOs. This brings back the age-old question, are aliens real? Number 1. The Great Sphinx of Giza. The Great Sphinx of Giza has been isolated in the desert for years and has never ceased to baffle historians and scholars for centuries about its date of construction or why it was built. The Great Sphinx of Giza is the oldest surviving sculpture from the ancient world. The sculpture faces the rising sun, and it is believed that ancient Egyptians worshipped it as representative of the sun god. The most convincing explanation about the Sphinx of Giza is that Pharaoh Chephren constructed it to look like a lion but bear his human face. However, no records link it to this pharaoh. Therefore, the planet's oldest sculpture remains an unanswered question. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. See you in the next video.